Olive Branch.
Maple Leaf.
So you might have remembered 4 years ago, almost to the day, I believe Samus Returns came out September 27th, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
We did a day one LP of Samus Returns way back when for the 3DS.
We did indeed, and I enjoyed it greatly.
So what did you think about that game?
I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought that after you tried doing Other M, your best known LP, I think.
Yeah.
I think. Samus Returns was a nice return to form, especially after Federation Force was such a downer. So I was glad to see that it seemed like Nintendo was like, we know what the fans want, and we know it's good. Like, we know how to actually do good because this formula works. So yeah, I think that it was a good time.
Okay, so what do you know about the Metroid timeline?
Well, what do you mean? Like the lore of it, or the order of the games? Or
Let's go with the order of the games.
Okay, so chronologically or by story?
Well, what's the difference?
Well, because the games, Prime was released after, but it's supposed to be set before Super Metroid kind of thing. That's what I mean.
Let's go with release date.
Okay, so I think it was the original Metroid, Metroid 2, Return of Samus, and then after that, I think it was Super Metroid. Mm-hmm. And then after that, we had... Was it Prime after that?
I think
Prime 1?
Fusion came out first, and then Prime came out like a couple months later.
I see. Okay, and then we had the Primes up to Prime 3, I believe. And then after that, I think it was Other M. And after that, Federation Force, was it?
I think so.
I mean, there must have been a re-release or two. But yeah, then Samus Returns, and that was the last one.
So in Metroid Prime 3, while that game was in development, there was another game that was actually... If I remember this correctly, this was a long time ago. I don't recall when Metroid Prime 3 was released. I want to say like maybe 2011. Mm-hmm. Way back in the day, there was a rumor going around about a game called Metroid Dread.
Wow.
And like back then, the internet wasn't quite what it is today. And the rumor mill that was turning around was talking about a game called Metroid Dread. We didn't really know anything about it other than the title. And even back then, it was just a project name for the game.
Right.
But in Metroid Prime 3, in one area called the Space Pirate Homeworld, there was a scan that you could do on just like a billboard, I guess, that the pirates had. Mm-hmm. And it mentioned that there was something called Metroid Dread that was nearing the final stages of completion.
Okay.
So it implied, of course, that Metroid Dread was in development. But then we didn't hear a single thing. All the rumors stopped. If there was any official cancellation of Metroid Dread, I don't recall. This was years ago, over a decade by now.
Right. So it was buried. But then
it was buried, yes. But then I think it was earlier this year that during one of Nintendo's directs, they just shadow dropped a game. Like there was no pomp and circumstance to it. They just out of the blue just dropped it. They said, we're working on a new Metroid game to go along with like sideways compared to Metroid Prime 4, which has been in development for a very long time now. Mm-hmm. And it just happened to be Metroid Dread.
Well, there we go.
Game that they're working on. So this is the first continuation. Here it is, Metroid Dread. This is the first continuation of the storyline since Metroid Fusion, which was released in 2003.
Jeez, so canonically, this is like we've waited 17, 18 years for this end of the story? Because this is supposed to be the very last, quote-unquote, episode of Samus?
This is supposed to be the last Metroid story. This is not supposed to be the last Samus story.
I see. So this is the end of Metroid, but not of Samus.
So it's been 6 minutes of lead-up so far, and I haven't even turned on the game, but... as I understand it, you don't need to know a lot about the Metroid lore to understand Metroid Dread.
Right.
But, just to recap real fast, in Metroid Fusion, in Super Metroid and Metroid 2, Samus killed all the Metroids. There weren't supposed to be any left.
Right.
In Metroid Fusion, Samus went down to the planet where the Metroids were with the science team to help them investigate. and she was attacked by the X-Parasite.
Right.
And the only thing that rescued her from certain death was a Metroid injection from the child Metroid that she saved in Metroid 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that was supposed to be the last instance of Metroids. I mean, like, spoilers for a 2003 game, but at the end of Metroid Fusion, or towards the end of it, it turns out that the Galactic Federation was making more Metroids.
Oh, they were just building them up. Even though Other M kind of hinted at it too. They were like, well, no, we're doing it. We're making bioengineering these things. Even though we kind of had a take-backsy moment. Like, kill the natural ones and make ones we can control, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Metroid, in the Chozo language, the word Metroid means Ultimate Warrior. Because, like, the Metroid is supposed to be, like, damn near impossible to kill.
Right, and I suppose that, like, again, going a bit by lore, wasn't the Metroid the natural predator or natural antibody, I suppose, to the virus, the X virus?
The X-Parasite, and yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the X-Parasite existed before the Metroids. The Chozo saw how devastating the X-Parasite was. They said, oh fuck, and then they created the Metroids. Yeah.
Okay,
they created the Metroids to deal with the X-Parasite.
Just as they created Samus. And now Samus is both.
So now, technically speaking, Samus has Metroid DNA in her, which would make her the last Metroid, technically speaking. Mm-hmm. But now, at the end of Metroid Fusion, she kind of sort of made an enemy of the Galactic Federation.
Yeah, I suppose the military-industrial complex doesn't take kindly to people going rogue on them, even if they are quote-unquote bounty hunters.
Right, so like at the end, she not only destroyed their bioweapon system secret project, but she also destroyed one of their research facilities. And she did that by crashing it into the Metroid homeworld in order to deal with all the X-Parasites.
Samus planet dropped an entire frickin' thing. She nuked it from orbit just to make sure.
That's exactly what she did. And now here we are. I've been doing my best to hold off on spoilers for Metroid Dread, and presumably what this is the Galactic Federation is hunting her down because she, like I said, she made an enemy out of them.
I like the concept.
They're not super fans of her going rogue and destroying their probably $1 billion bioweapon project.
I want to see how this goes. I'm very interested to see, because the name itself and the way I guess Nintendo marketed the thing made it seem like this was almost like a horror game.
Oh yeah, actually. Before we get started on that, it's news, and then we go down to this one. So if we go down here, it says create an immersive space, set the tone. If you can, we suggest dimming the lights to a darker yet comfortable setting. That's actually what I'm doing right now. I'm also wearing headphones because apparently this game, like to go with the name Metroid Dread, is supposed to be something of a horror game.
Well, there we go then. If you are watching this from home, we highly recommend you do the same. Not that, having two guys chatting with you will probably make the experience a little less creepy.
Yeah, exactly. So I am very excited. This is finally a continuation to a story that had wrapped up, or ended on a note in 2003-ish. And here we are, finally.
I'm just letting the music play out a bit, trying to see if there's a sort of creep vibe to it.
What, can you not hear it?
No, I'm letting it play. That's why I'm not talking.
Oh, right.
Letting it immerse.
Classic Metroid tune.
I just hope that this is not a dreadful game.
Let's go with number 3.
That's you, me, and a viewer. Hell yeah. Ah, there we go.
Virulent floating organism that drain the energy from its prey through physical contact. Metroids were originally created by the Chozo and named after the word for Ultimate Warrior.
Dang, you called it out.
Their value as a bioweapon sparked several crises. And as a result, all traces of them have been eliminated. They are now extinct.
Well, I wonder why. Are they going to say why? Samus did it.
A gelatinous parasitic organism indigenous to the planet SR388. It could absorb the DNA of its host, living or dead, and replicate its form. When infected a living host, it could even access the host's memories.
Oh, I did not remember that part. Damn.
Yeah. That's what makes the SAX so formidable, is that it knew how you fought.
Jeez.
And it knew how to access all of its tools.
So they were not actually taking your emotions though. They were just like, we're a virus, we just want to spread.
Yep, exactly.
So, and then, like the Metroids, they are believed extinct. Yeah. I wonder about that.
Controlled, believed extinct.
Something tells me that we may see the X-Parasite coming back again, and it's going to be like, oh, you thought we were gone. No way.
This is a reimagining of the opening cutscene to Fusion.
The SX just slapping Samus. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, she killed, like, one of those frog leaper things, and then it turned into an X-Parasite, and then it attacked her, and then it spread all through her body like this.
Oh, so Samus narrating the whole thing. They're believed extinct. She's like, I'm totally not taking responsibility for my actions. Alright, so, dude, that's just gunky. Can you imagine, like, attacking this? Like, the space is sucky, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of unknowns out there, but that's part of what makes it so exciting. I mean, it's unknown. We have to conquer it. We, as a human species, we've always done that in the face of, like, the unknown. Mm-hmm. Like, look at when we looked at the horizon, and we thought, I wonder what's on the other end of the ocean. Someone just nutted up and went out there.
Yeah.
We're going to do it again with space as soon as we can. Anyway, vaccine from Metroid DNA, which also left me uniquely able to oppose the X.
Yes, tested immediately, investigate the stress signal, and that's when... Oh, so she's just recapping Fusion for us. I appreciate this.
Yes, exactly. This is the story as we know it. There she is.
Damn.
The SAX.
SAX Samus. I guess SA means Samus Aran, right?
Yes. I always thought that it was just Samus, with the first two letters capitalized, like someone made a mistake.
So, yeah, she set the collision. Yeah, okay, so she fought the SAX, bested it in combat-ish, and then just dropped the research on it. Okay, station on it.
According to Adam, who was a computer at the time in Metroid Fusion, he theorized that there were no less than 10 SAX on the station at the time, and she only killed one.
Oh,
but
dear.
then she dropped the entire station on the planet, so
ideally they're gone.
Problem solved, yeah.
Oh, here we go. Alright, a video transmission. I wonder if it's the SAX just like... Oh, who had the balls? Who had the balls to go out there and be like, yo, get...
Showed an X alive and in the wild.
Wait,
what wilds? We destroyed the planet.
No, maybe elsewhere? Let's see. Samus must say.
Video is real.
Oh, they're a particular planet. Yeah, okay, who was it? Where is it? It can't be SR388, right? Because she dropped a thing on it, unless...
Yeah, she destroyed that planet. ZDR.
Okay.
Or ZDR, if you're Canadian like I am.
7 EMMI. Or EMMIs. EMMIs?
I think it's EMMI.
I guess they're fully roboticized, so they can't be taken over by the SAX. That makes sense.
That's actually kind of a risky thing to say, because there was one instance of an X-Parasite taking over a machine, but it did have, if I remember correctly, it did have bio parts to it.
Yeah. Was it Nightmare?
Oh yeah, Nightmare was in there too. I was actually thinking of, I forget its name. It was like some kind of tank thing.
Okay.
And the only weak point was its center. You fought it twice.
Alright, so let's see. These EMMIs apparently are, I guess, first hearing of them, but I guess, Samus is not keeping up with the latest military technology. So it's like, yeah, this thing is the boss. And she's like, okay, I'll take your word for it.
Made of the strongest material in the universe.
Strongest stuff. Samus is very, very... Oh, of course they would be. Of course, there wouldn't be a game if the machines could do it better than a human could. Alright, Samus.
So true, isn't it?
Are you up for it?
It's up to me to go out there and find out.
Alright.
There's actually one really interesting part in Metroid Fusion. The X-Parasites, they learned and they communicated with each other, right? You still with me?
Mm-hmm.
I think I lost you for a second.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
There
I'm
you
here.
go. Okay, so like I said, X-Parasites, they learned and they communicated with each other. There was one section in the BSL that was frozen, refrigerated, and what the X-Parasites would do is, because they knew that you were part Metroid, you were therefore susceptible to the cold, what they would do is they would go into the refrigerator, chill themselves cold, and then go and deliberately attack you because they knew that they would hurt you as soon as you absorb them.
Oh, that's clever. And good gameplay. Yeah.
But, shortly after you learn that, you get the Varia suit, which makes you immune to extreme temperatures, hot and cold. So, after you get the Varia suit, for the next 2 rooms, the frozen X-Parasites, they still attack you. But after the 3rd room, they realize, oh shit, it's not working, and then they start running away.
That's really good gameplay design. I approve. I mean, I know we kind of shat on Sakamoto and Other M for, I guess, not environmental storytelling, or at least from the game's like aha moment. But you know, that kind of attention to detail is very appreciated. So now
it really makes you feel powerful, like you just got something really powerful on your side.
And then immediately they're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, because like they were attacking you, you couldn't do anything about it, but then you got a thing that helps you survive against those attacks, and not only survive but like benefit from it.
Yeah,
and then they realize.
I mean, I think that's why this game is the series is fun, because you do get these powers and you get more and more powerful, and you feel like you're progressing. One thing I'm curious about is after Samus Returns, which is, I guess, canonically, no, Fusion is the last game canonically, right?
On the timeline.
In the storyline. Yes. In the timeline. So I wonder if Samus has kept anything from Fusion.
We'll soon be entering ZGR's atmosphere.
The bounty for this mission does not seem appropriate. The risk clearly outweighs the reward. Treat our lost assets with care, lady.
Entering the atmosphere in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That elevator leads to the depths of an underground facility. Signal quality is likely to be low. Remote communication remains difficult. Try to connect to the facility's network when you reach the bottom. That way, to gain in contact. Many objections, lady.
Okay,
All
we're
right.
finally back.
That was an exciting cutscene. I'm curious to see that the design of the flashback. I was just telling Maple Leaf over the cutscene how the suit is stripped down to its bare essentials, but still flexible, still agile. Samus is still Samus. No bulky tank movement here. She's just going at it.
This is me just testing out all the buttons right now.
It's a fair move. I mean, I think this whole arena is for you to do that. Like, you just fought that guy. I was telling Maple Leaf as well, I think that should have been maybe a player-led fight that would lead to, of course, you losing, like in Mega Man. Mega Man X, I was to say. Super Mega Man? What's the name of that game?
Maybe, there are dozens of Mega Man games. You're going to have to be way more specific.
The one that's Super Nintendo. The one that was like, yeah, this is the new Mega Man, you know? Anyway.
That would be Mega Man 8, I think. Anyway. That depends on the type of story that you want to tell, I think. The risk that you run with having the player get into a fight like that they can't possibly win is that you make the player feel like a piece of shit, especially since in that cutscene, Samus had all of her abilities. You'll notice that she shot the guy with a super missile.
And just barely scratched their eye.
I mean, like, you can see it in the stat sheet. Right there. Got him in the eye. Mm-hmm. You might remember that at the end of Samus Returns, of our LP of it specifically, we looked through the gallery of all of the images that told the story of Samus Returns as we knew it up to that point. Mm-hmm. And the 11th image, the 11th out of 10 images, was of a Chozo warrior, what looked like he was usurping, like, other Chozo attempts at peace with the rest of the galaxy. Mm-hmm. Like, there was definitely a very large Chozo man wearing a power suit armor and holding a an arm cannon on his right hand. Right. And that was probably him. Well, Samus just fought.
I appreciate Nintendo's attention to detail. I also appreciate the small touches of animation, like when Samus has just finished aiming down sights with that laser, and then she kind of just after a moment or two, she kind of just relaxes a small amount, you know, little touches.
Like if I do that.
Yeah, if you do that and let go, and then see, she kind of resumes her stance. It's kind of cool.
There was one thing that we did in AM2R where if we stood underneath water and then pointed up, water would jump on us.
Yeah, nice.
Nah, it doesn't look like it's doing it though.
Nah, it's a bit too high quality animation for that. Okay, so now it's teaching you how to slide. You got the kick. You got your free aim, which is your laser. And you made a path. Excellent.
You probably need the charge shot for those doors.
So I also noticed you had the Samus Returns punch, I suppose.
Yes, the counter.
The counter. Alright. Samus doing what she does best, eradicating native life.
And doing parkour. She doesn't have the
morph ball. Huh. I do wonder, she must have been stripped of all her abilities by that thing. Oh, you got missiles at least, yeah. But
I have 15 regular missiles.
Yeah, there we go. That must be a missile recharge station there.
Try shooting your surroundings.
Striking some blocks with missiles may reveal how to destroy them. Okay.
Oh.
Uploading data.
So, you've accessed a network station. Well done, Samus. I have reviewed your vital signs and video log from the data you uploaded. I've run a full analysis, but I cannot account for why you lost consciousness. My readings indicate dramatic physical changes in you. Whatever caused these changes seems to have stripped you of most abilities. You might call it physical amnesia. That brings me to your assailant. I am checking the Federation database against your video log. It appears to have been a Chozo. The attacker's identity is not yet clear.
Aren't the Chozo, like, all extinct? I guess that one guy is still alive.
I don't know if they're all extinct.
I have determined that you are somewhere within the depths of ZDR. Your top priority should be to return to your ship on the surface. This situation is precarious. Trust your instincts as you navigate upward. This planet appears to consist of multiple areas. Shuttles, elevators, and other modes of transport connect them. Keep an eye out for ways to reach the surface. The ship's location is marked on your global map. Check it for yourself. You may encounter pockets of low temperature. Your Metroid DNA renders you vulnerable to such environments. Spending time in cold areas will be harmful to you. There are many such cold areas scattered underground. Do not enter them with your basic power suit. One final thing. Underground interference is preventing radio transmissions. Check in with me at any network stations you find.
Alright then.
All right then.
So
Save
not
my progress, yes.
not like like Super Metroid with the lava areas. Now it's cold areas. Got it.
Okay, so we were attacked here. Oh no, that's the nano station, right? We were attacked here,
Yeah.
or rather, we woke up here,
Both.
and we want to go
To the
way up to the top.
Well, yeah, there's your ship. You're in Artaria right now. This is the zone.
So that's very interesting. In literally every other Metroid game, you started at the top and worked your way down. We're doing it backwards.
Now we're trying to rise from our grave. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
Alright, let's keep going.
Amiibo.
Ah, God, Amiibo.
What's this one?
Just the basics things, I guess.
Alright.
Alright, kill that sluggo. Or let it go. It's on our way, so it dies.
I will kill it just for you.
I don't want you. Oh. Well, hello there.
Yeah, there it is. Press X to use my melee counter now. Well, what if I want to press Y?
Well, then you get hit in
won't
the
let me.
face.
Yeah, it won't let me press anything else. Well, bam!
Okay, so your counter will be... Maybe... Do you think the counter is a little overpowered?
We had this discussion at the end of Samus Returns,
Yeah.
and I remember saying that I didn't really like it.
I hope it's not going to be too much of a game, like of a game winner. Just like, okay, so that flash is a little bit tricky. I'm sure you get the timing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's all about just learning the timing.
And it will drop more items. Okay, I would have made it the other way around. I would have made it that if you want to get the full items, you should not counter them.
Why is that? You would be punishing them for...
Well, more because... I don't know, because I always think Samus is supposed to be more of a shooter, not a puncher. I don't know. It's just me, though.
Oops.
Maybe you're right. Maybe... I don't know, rewarding a player for just saying, I'm going to sit here and let you come to me, rather than being the one who uses force first, which is what Samus is all about, kind of goes backwards.
Maybe.
I
I mean, like, the whole point to Samus is just to feel powerful, right? It's not necessarily how you do it.
Okay, so this one you have another also melee dash, so you can actually not just counter, you can just straight up go into the guy and just bash him. I think you're supposed to run at him. There we go, yeah, that uppercut. You sure you can them straight up.
Well, I didn't do that.
Maybe it's telling you, hey, there's a... Oh, okay. Oh,
A hidden item.
alright, there's
okay.
an item somewhere here in this whole frickin' area that's blinking.
Is it right there?
Probably. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah,
By 2.
nice.
Well, I mean, I start with 15, so I guess I get it.
Whoa, okay. We're not going up.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that thing is not looking good. And it's approaching kind of hostilely. I don't know, a robot, can it be called hostile? It's just moving at you. Okay, it is definitely hostile.
His attack for counting pressing X at the moment of the thrash.
But it's very difficult to gauge, making it a desperate maneuver. Okay, then.
Okay, so getting caught is the last thing I want. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, do a bit of a smooth move. I guess you can't kill it, huh?
I guess we'll find out what the deal is with that thing later.
It is very, very wanting to kill you.
Well, alright. I'm just gonna leave that.
Yeah, why not?
Energy from the central unit. Oh, so that's Mother Brain.
No way.
Transformed to an Omega Cannon.
Already?
Have you never played Metroid Prime 3?
No, but I meant like, are there more than one Mother Brains or something? Oh, hold to charge it.
Oh, okay, hold on. Aim at the core?
Yeah, that core.
Oh. Oh, whoops.
You have to, yeah.
Hold, yeah, press Y. There we go.
Alright, so you got a big gun.
So in Metroid Prime 3, the Galactic Federation made something called the Aurora units.
Mm-hmm.
They were literally giant mother brains that were designed to run planets, enormous battleships, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the geniuses that they are, they saw Mother Brain and said, what if?
Nothing can go wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so...
Okay, so, presumably, now that I have the Omega Cannon, I can kill this thing.
Yeah, or at least stun it. Oh, but it kind of goes... It goes into a third-person shot like that, huh? So I guess this is supposed to be kind of like a cinematic finisher?
Maybe.
Alright. I think I like how this game is going. Without, oh, there it is. Alright, time to aim for its weak spot. Dang! Shut it down. Oh, and already you got an update.
Depleted and offline.
Oh, okay. So I guess it's a one... I guess you have to find more Mother Brains to deal with EMMIs.
Maybe. I was just about to say that the whole thing with EMMI and, like, part of the... marketing, I guess, for this game is that the EMMIs are supposed to be totally indestructible. They're things that Samus can't beat. So, to give me a weapon that can beat them right at the beginning of the game seems kind of counterintuitive to me. But, I mean, like, this is also, like, another storytelling technique where they tell you that you can beat them, but, like, not consistently.
Right, maybe you have to be in the right moment to beat them, because it's like, that one was clearly damaged, clearly already saw some shit, and you were like, okay, you are unbeatable by regular means, even wounded, so I need the arm cannon to be an Omega cannon to beat you when you're damaged. And now, I think it's a save room.
What if I just...
ignored it?
Right. Yeah.
Look at them chozos.
Oh yeah, it is a save room.
Samus is posing, is like, do I want to use this? I want to strike a pose? Yeah. Yeah, I do.